He was unable to get over. Irvin double teamed as he's looking to shoot a three. Gets the ball to Vermillion. Gets the ball to Hicks. Hicks shoots for three. Yes! Hicks had that ball again and just didn't the first time shoot it. Then he got the ball back. Cuts the lead to 64-51 as we get across to 1:15 to go in today's game. Again, they're going to pull the ball outside, and reverse layup is good by Gate City. Strickland. That backdoor cut has been killing Gate City all game long. 66-51, long three-pointer by Dean, no good. Rebounded by Hicks, knocked away by Strickland. Here comes Jenkins across the line. Foreman's going to shoot for three and miss it. Rebounded by Relaford. Relaford brings the ball out as that may do it, ladies and gentlemen. 66-51 as the Dobyns-Bennett fans start to clap as
Gate City looks like they're content to let the clock run here. 18 seconds to go. And Vermillion's had enough of that.
Yeah, I'm not going to let him just pass the ball around.
And Relaford's going to go to the line.
Foul Gate City, number 15, Drew Vermillion. That's his fourth. Team foul number 8.
Checking in for Dobyns-Bennett, number 10, Zane Whitson. And Braxton Kolbacki checks in for Dobyns-Bennett. Some of their bench players getting some time as Foreman takes the bench. Also checking in for Dobyns-Bennett, number 44.
Number 44, Garrett Shearer.
Garrett Shearer. Shearer. 68-51, 17-point deficit.
Also entering for the number 30, being Alderson in 34, Vincent Dennis.
As Dobyns-Bennett clears the bench, Dean's going to drive inside, miss the layup. It's going to be off Irvin. And with 8 seconds to go, that should do it, ladies and gentlemen. 68-51. Gate City going to bring the ball across the timeline with Zane Whitson. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1, 0. That's your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. As the Dobyns-Bennett Indians control the offensive underneath, speed and height really was the difference in this game tonight. We'll come back. Again, your score, 68-51. Dobyns-Bennett wins. Come back with the post-game show. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Every family's goodbye is different. So at Carter Trent Funeral Home, we're dedicated to providing you an exceptional level of personalized service to ensure your arrangements will be as unique as your loved one. From cremations to burials to life celebrations and more, we have the trusted experience to provide options that truly meet your needs. So with any questions you may have, give us a call today at 423-390-8762. Again, Carter Trent Funeral Homes, proudly serving the Tri-Cities for almost 100 years with locations in Kingsport, Church Hill, and Scott County.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Sports Radio.
With over 100 offices throughout Virginia, you can count on your local Virginia Farm Bureau insurance agents to be there when you need them most. Whether you find yourself in a fender bender, insuring your first home, or with a new addition to the family, our agents are ready to help you through every stage of life. Connect with your local agents, Whitney McConnell, Richard Helms, and David Weddick here in Scott County at 386-7411 or online at vafb.com. Coverage provided by Virginia Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company and their affiliates.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Broadmoor Senior Living at Johnson City is known for its warm, social feel and great customer service. Because we're a relatively small community, we get to know our residents well, and they become like family to us. We take pride in the care and service we provide to our residents and their families and remain committed to providing a supportive community atmosphere that is more than just a place to live, it's home. So give them a call today at 423-282-0300. Again, that's 423-282-0300. Broadmoor Senior Living of Johnson City.
And we're back here on the James River Advisors postgame show here from Viking Hall. Again, Gate City comes up with a 68-51 loss. You got to give credit where credit's due, but also I don't think Gate City looked nothing like they have, even against the team that played from Alabama, Science Hill. They did, of course, how much pressure did Dobbs-Bennett put on them? How much? What happened?
Well, I would like to say Gate City was worn out, and that was the difference in the game. But Dobbins-Bennett's played the same amount of games. I don't know. It's just, it was
their depth. Their depth was better depth today.
It was. That's not to say that if you play this game tomorrow, you wouldn't have a different result. It's just Gate City was cold today. They are not 17 points worse than Dobbins-Bennett.
No, and that's because you take and of course, a lot of people do the comparisons, and you really can't do it. But you talk about a team like they both played Science Hill. DB beat them by 10. We beat them by 15.
Right.
So
right.
So you think it should be we figured it'd be a lot closer. But again, Gate City just didn't. After that first quarter, though, Gate City looked good. They were moving the ball. You had Hicks had 8 points. He was helping. He was that third scorer we looked for. And then all of a sudden, when they switched, and again, went with all that pressure on Irvin and Dean and just dared Gate City for somebody else to step up, it just didn't happen.
Well, I think that, like you said, Dobbins-Bennett made adjustments at the quarter, and that was the difference. Gate City gave DB all they wanted and more.
Yep.
And I really thought that Gate City had the potential to pull out and run away with the game based on the first quarter, and they just didn't finish the job.
And of course, as we mentioned, Dobbs-Bennett didn't hit those shots in the first half that they did in the second. Second half, they could close their eyes and almost hit the goal with it. So, of course, that's just part of it. Now, of course, you have to say as well, it's a good basketball team. We mentioned a lot of the same things that we saw. Dobbs-Bennett speed, that was a catalyst. They were able to get inside in the second quarter and third quarter, started breaking down Gate City off the dribble, and as you saw, of course, you saw Foreman. How many times was he able to get to the paint and for basically uncontested shots?
Well, that's the point I was going to make, particularly in the fourth quarter. I don't think he slowed down.
No.
He's like the Energizer Bunny, and he was by Gate City defenders before they even began to think that, he might break. He was already through and making the shots.
Foreman looked like what Dean did on Saturday. Dean, he just kept going and going and going. Of course, as you mentioned during one of the breaks, that's a 2A team versus a 6A or whatever. It's
the rankings kind of change in Tennessee depending on the season. But, Dobbins-Bennett had a little bit more depth off the bench. And I think that really came into play halfway through the third quarter. Gate City just ran out of gas.
And, for all, we talked about the offensive efficiency they had. They looked good in the second quarter. Everything started to get back to that old, almost standing around waiting for Irvin or Dean to make a shot. Everybody kept trying to go to him. And, what do you say? This is...
Well, as we were talking about on the ride up here, I was with my dad, who's sitting with us today, observing. But I said that Gate City, I think, is a much more technical and really a more fundamentally sound team. Dobbins-Bennett is more physical, they'll get in your face, they'll bump you a little bit until the referees call it. And as the saying, if it's not called, it's not a foul. But I really thought that balance would allow Gate City to work around and find the open shots against Dobbins Bennett, and it did the first quarter.
Yeah.
Just after that, it all just kind of fell by the wayside.
Because again, those you're talking about, like Dean hit those 2 great shots in the first quarter. That little teardrop that went down the sideline. Of course, you had Irvin, which he had 3 straight. He ended the quarter on a 6-0 run. But again, Dobbins Bennett just too much, and of course the turnovers, the defensive pressure. Union was sitting here watching them, and I believe they've showed the blueprint of how you beat the Blue Devils.
Let's hope Union was too busy eating some popcorn and not paying attention.
Well, of course, saying how to stop somebody is a lot different than doing it.
That's true. I've got a sinking suspicion that Gate City is going to come out with a chip on their shoulder and make a statement. Is it Wednesday that they play? I think they'll be ready for Union. And again, as you said, no disrespect intended for Union, but simply based on numbers, Union High School is not Dobbins Bennett High School.
No, and you take a look at the teams that's coming up on the schedule. Of course, you've got a team like a Union. Then, of course, with John Battle coming up on Friday night. Next Tuesday, be at Abington. Then, of course, talking about Science Hill coming over to Gate City in a few weeks. So we get back into that whole 6A group. But anyway, as Coach Vermillion said in the post game to the last game, nothing happened today. We didn't lose a state title. We didn't lose a district title. We didn't lose a regional title. We lost a basketball game. Showed some things we need to work on. So there's some coaching moments coming. So
well, it's better to expose these weaknesses in December rather than March. And Gate City comes back and wins the state championship again, goes back to back. Nobody cares what happened today.
Unless you're walking down the Fort Henry Mall and you've got a Gate City jacket on and a DB basketball jacket on. And
what are you saying, Joe?
Well, and we talked, getting back in a long time ago, when I coached football at Rye Cove, we were trying to build an image, talk about the sense of pride. And the guy was like, I challenged them, especially a couple of games. I said, this is a game about pride. You want to walk down at the mall and there's somebody from Castlewood coming up here and you've got that Rye Cove jacket on. You want to be able to give them a little smile and say, yeah, we got you, didn't we? So anyway, but that's just me. That's coaching from the 90s. So we'll take a quick break, come back here. We'll wrap up, get our final thoughts. I know Rob is chomping at the bit over to get in on the action.
Oh, Rob, by the way, I take cheeseburger with bacon, everything, no tomato.
You said it had to be 10 points.
I said anything but the 10.
So we'll be back. Then you're listening to the James River Advisors postgame show here on the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Broadmoor Senior Living at Johnson City is known for its warm, social feel and great customer service. Because we're a relatively small community, we get to know our residents well, and they become like family to us. We take pride in the care and service we provide to our residents and their families and remain committed to providing a supportive community atmosphere that is more than just a place to live, it's home. So give them a call today at 423-282-0300. Again, that's 423-282-0300. Broadmoor Senior Living of Johnson City.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Sports Radio.
America's ingenuity in medicine advanced the world. Premier Pharmacy's innovation has changed the profession. At Premier Pharmacy, what we create is personal. For our patients, one size doesn't fit all. So let the grocery stock your food. Let the retail chains print your photos. Let the supercenters sell you shampoo. At Premier Pharmacy, we'll make your medicine. For more information, call 423-245-1022 or visit rxpremier.com.
All right, and we're back here. Arby's Classic, 18 teams came into the tournament with a chance to win it. Gate City goes 2-2 in tournament play, ends up 7th among those. And, you have to sort of take some and revel with that because, again, they did play teams a lot bigger than them, a lot, at different contrasting styles, things of that nature. But again, to walk out of here, 7th out of the 18 teams that came in from Utah, from the Bahamas, from Georgia, from Florida, North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, you have to feel okay. I mean, it was a learning. Compton did get the ankle rolled but nobody else got hurt. So again, we'll be on the air.